Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you a few more easy thrift flips, so let's get started. Okay, I'm going to make some marriages here. I am going to use the bottom part from this snowman who's missing his arm, a plant stand, and a bird cage. I'm going to simply glue them all together, paint it, and that's it. I started by removing the extra pieces from the snowman and then gluing the body to the top of the plant stand. I then clamped the pieces together and allowed the glue to dry. I then decided to add this ceiling medallion on top of the metal piece, so I added more glue and then clamped these pieces together. Next, I glued the bird cage onto the medallion and then set the whole thing aside to dry. I wasn't too fond of the crimped edges of the metal round, so I used some air dry clay and a silicone mold to decorate the edge. I also used a bead fondant mold and more air dry clay to create a beaded detail around the bottom of the bird cage. Once all the clay was dry, I gave it a couple of coats of paint. Since this piece of metal wasn't exactly flat, where it meets up with the ceiling medallion, there's a little bit of a crack. To fill that in, I'm just going to use another of these beaded fondant molds, and I'm just going to make this small bead of clay and glue right over that to help kind of disguise that a little bit. I then cut a circle from a piece of wallpaper and applied it to the bottom of the bird cage.
To finish it, I added a scrap fabric bow and a small bird on the top of the cage, and then placed all my decor items inside of the cage.
Got these 2 candlesticks, a broken Lazy Susan. I'm gonna marry them together, but first I'm going to fill these holes. Just gonna use some wood filler.
After the wood filler was dry, I lightly sanded it and then glued the wood browns to the top of the candlesticks and then set them aside to dry. Next, I gave them a couple of coats of paint. After the paint was dry, I applied some IOD transfers to decorate the tops. I also lightly distressed the metal bases of the candlesticks. To finish it, I simply gave them a coat of clear wax. For my final project, I'm using a candle holder base, a funnel, and a Christmas ornament. I started by gluing the bottom part of the ornament into the bottom of the funnel. I then glued the funnel onto the candle holder base and set it aside to dry. I then took another silicone mold and some air dry clay and made a few designs to decorate the sides of the funnel and then set that aside to dry.
I was originally going to spray paint the whole entire thing, but I think I'm going to tape this off, paint it all, and then I may go back and paint over it, but I'm going to paint it and leave this clear, see what that looks like, and if I don't like it, I'll just get the paint out and paint over that too.
After I taped off the crystal, I gave it a coat of paint.
I don't like this transition right here, so what I'm going to do, I have this miniature beaded garland. I just cut a piece off. I'm going to glue that on, and then I'm going to spray over top of it, spray paint over top of it to kind of camouflage where the two pieces are glued together. I didn't like how these beads looked, so I made a little rope detail from clay, and I'm going to do that instead.
I then removed the beads and added the clay rope detail and then let that dry.
I think that looks better. Now I'm going to have to let it dry and then paint it again.
To finish it, I applied white wax and then planted a small succulent in it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed these projects. I also want to thank everyone that has subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. This lets me know that you enjoy these types of projects and allows me to keep creating them for you. And I hope to see you in the next video.